This is highwithoutcoke and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you another league starter for 3.24 Necropolis. This is a non-crit Flamewood Totem Chieftain. It is strong, tanky, and most importantly, extremely cheap to league start with. This build requires absolutely no gears. It can deal a lot of damage without any uniques. However, I do not recommend this build to beginners because the leveling experience just isn't that great compared to other totem builds. Flamewood Totem works differently from other totems. It must be hit for it to deal damage. Therefore, taunt is mandatory for the monsters to target the totems. If the monsters cannot be taunted, your totems will not be hit and they will not deal any damage. I leveled with Holy Flame Totem and Flame Wall, then only switched to Flamewood Totem when I reached maps. Even so, you may encounter some mechanics or map bosses where you will not be able to do because your totems deal 0 damage. This was supposed to be my league starter. Unfortunately, it can't do Blight, which is my go-to farming strat, so I had to give it up. If you want to play this build, you must know which mechanics or bosses to avoid. This build has another weakness. Its clearing ability is okay but nothing impressive. Prepare to go slow if you want to play this build. Also, this build might be bad for party play. If your friends kill things faster than you do and your totems get no hit, then you will only be there as decoration. You may be wondering why I chose Chieftain but not Scion. When I was crafting this build, Scion was the ascendancy I had in mind. However, after experimenting with both ascendancies, I figured Chieftain is probably better for 2 reasons. Necropolis is going to add more difficulty to the monsters. In my opinion, Chieftain is the more defensive ascendancy, and therefore the better ascendancy because it allows you to get close to or even 90% max ally resistances more easily. Chieftain's taunt lasts for 4 seconds, which is more sufficient for slow-moving monsters. Now let's get into the gears. As usual, I have 3 tiers of gears. This early game set is all you need to farm up to tier 16 maps. Try to get some critical strike chance for spells on your scepter to trigger elemental overload. We will not have crits all the time, but once we crit, we will be dealing 40% more ally damage. For your shield, try to get some spell damage or fire damage. If you play in a trade league, Sire of Shards is highly recommended, but it's not needed. The rest of your gears are easily obtainable. Just look for life, attributes, ally resistances, and if possible, chaos resistance. As for your next upgrade, I don't know how much Black Xanifs is going to be. It started really cheap last league, but its price went up to 30-40C mid-league, so I'm not sure whether it was underpriced back then. I hope that it's not too pricey this league. Still, it's a good investment for how much damage it provides. Cloak of Flame is best in slot in terms of offense and defense. Ignite duration increases our damage, while the huge chunk of fire resistance allows us to overcap our fire resistance easily for life regeneration provided by this mastery. This body armor also provides a huge amount of physical damage mitigation. If you want to be more tanky, you can use Lightning Coil, but it comes with the downside of minus 60% Lightning Rust. Also, it only mitigates physical damage from hits, so it doesn't work for things like bleeds and corrupted blood. If you use Lightning Coil, unspec the life mastery that gives 15% increased life if there are no life modifiers on equipped body armor. Flamewood Totem scales very well with Totem Life. So Replica Dragon Fang's Flight is very good because gem level gives more totem life and therefore more damage. Now same thing, I don't know how much this costs because this amulet has a lot of variations, but POE Ninja only shows the cheapest price. So if it's expensive, just use a rare amulet. Anathema is required to cast 3 curses. We need 155 dexterity, so try getting some on your gears. It also helps to cap your spell suppress. When you reach late game, you will need to get all your spell suppression, your corruptions, your amulet anoint, your dying sun, and your jewels. This is the aura setup I used in my mapping clip. But if you want more damage, you can try turning off Tempest Shield or Arctic Armor and use Summon Skeeter Bots instead. You can use Flame Golem for more damage, but it dies a lot though. This trap setup is important to apply ignites and exposure. By taking this mastery, we gain 100% increased damage against ignited enemies. Tattoos are back in 3.24. You can get more totem life with the tattoo of Ngamahu Wood Carver. As I said before, this build cannot do blight because there's no way your totems can be hit by stunned and frozen enemies. Same for Legion. I didn't test this build on Ultimatum, but Harvest and Abyss are okay. Bridge is bad. I find it performs the best for Ritual. If you want to do boss rush, make sure the boss can be taunted and avoid monsters cannot be taunted maps. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and see you next time.